Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you're well. In the early hours of Saturday morning, Hamas, a group from the oppressed region, initiated Operation Al-Aqsa Flood against the other side, marking one of the most significant escalations. In return, the other side launched Operation Iron Swords against the whole Muslim country and has been engaged in a state of war ever since. President Benjamin Netanyahu has declared an open war against the territory and has warned its residents on social media platforms that it will continue without reservation and without respite until the goals are achieved.
אזרחי ישראל, אנחנו במלחמה, לא במבצע, לא בסבבים, במלחמה.
Now, many countries have started taking sides, and the ones taking sides of Netanyahu are claiming that it was Hamas who started all of this. But it is worth noting that the commander of Hamas has stated that the attacks on territory were carried out as a defensive measure for Al-Aqsa, which had recently been invaded by illegal settlers. The commander also said that they had to take this action because enough was enough, explaining that now they had no other choice but to respond to the everyday injustices that they had been facing for several years. Now, Muslim nations, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait, have come forward to show support to the oppressed nation and are even stating that no one else is to blame for such conditions except for Israel itself, which has been exercising oppression for years without any consequences. Qatar, in a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said Israel was solely responsible for the ongoing escalations due to its continuous violations of the rights of its neighboring territories' people, including its recent repeated intrusions into the holy Al-Aqsa Mosque under the protection of the Israeli police. Kuwait has voiced its serious apprehension regarding the evolving situation, assigning responsibility to Israel for what it perceives as overt acts of aggression. In an official statement, the Foreign Ministry has urged the international community to intervene and put an end to what it characterizes as provocative actions by the occupying forces and the expansion of settlements policy. Saudi Arabia also gave a statement putting all the blame on Benjamin's oppressive policies. It said Saudi Arabia had issued repeated warnings of a possible escalation in light of the ongoing occupation and the deprivation of the oppressed people of their legitimate rights, as well as the repeated deliberate provocations against their sanctities. The international community was called upon by the Ministry of Saudi Arabia to uphold its duties and facilitate a credible peace process that paves the way for a two-state solution, ensuring security and peace in the region while safeguarding the well-being of civilians. Other Muslim countries, which include the UAE, Turkey, Oman, and even Syria, have taken a clear stance against the oppressing regime of Israel, which has resulted in such an escalation of events. Now, innocent people are in a state of absolute terror and are fearful for their lives as the so-called Operation Iron Swords is being applied with full force. Benjamin Netanyahu has warned and threatened to turn its neighboring territory into a deserted island and warned its residents to leave now. Brothers and sisters, we may be feeling helpless for our fellow Muslims who are facing extreme difficult situations, but there is something that we can do from our side, and that is to make dua for them as much as possible. Remember that the power of dua is immense, and if every one of us remembers our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters in our prayers, then it'll definitely make a difference. Believe in the power of dua, and also be assured that Allah is not unaware of what the wrongdoers do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help our Muslim brothers and sisters during these difficult times. Ameen.